Hello and welcome to the Gaming Chronicles. Today we will continue Phantasy Star 3 Generations of Doom. So let's fire it up. Alrighty, in our previous episode, we made it all the way to Mystoke. We did a lot of walking. Well, fortunately, our days of walking through passages at least are at an end because we are about to get the Leia's pendant with Chris, which will be fantastic. Alright, so before we head into Mystoke Castle, let's buy a few pieces of gear for... Let's see, we should have enough to buy 3 pieces of gear. Let's go ahead and buy a piece for Leia and Mew. And then probably Chris, since he's in the front. Let's see, let's go ahead and sell Leia's Fiblera. Fiblera. That's not even a real word, is it? Can't be. Like, I have never heard of or seen that word on, well, any other game for that matter. You know, you learn a lot of vocabulary playing, video games, especially RPGs, right? And I have never seen that word anywhere else. I bet if we were to Google it, it wouldn't even be there. Alright, Sembramic Protector, yeah. And... oh, whoops. I didn't want to do Ren. Oh well, that's fine. Yes. Wait, I have enough to buy... from you, yep. Oh. Sell... her... Force Vest. Will allow her to buy the Royal Vest. No, not for now. We have 10,000 to spare. Now I don't know that I'll get 23,000 when we're in Mystoke Castle to be able to afford the planar armor for Chris, but very nice. And in fact, oops, not nah. Menu failing. 267, 259. So his defense is still better than Ren's with Laconian armor. Okay. Alright, let's go. And let's get a little bit more medicine. Let's fill our bags completely, because I don't remember how difficult this is on the 3rd generation. It was definitely a challenge for Nile. In fact, I think in Nile's generation, that's the hardest dungeon for him. Alright, let's get some Diamate and load up Leia. And this is my favorite part of the game, menuing and buying Diamate. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Alrighty, we are ready to go into Mystoke and search and find the Leia's pendant. Alrighty. I think this place has those Robocops as well. And they do a fair amount of damage still to us, even though we've just, ouch. Oh, their foy's not too bad. Their physical attacks are the things that are more dangerous. Alright, let's keep going. And they certainly made this walking intensive. Holy cow. Ambush! Fantastic. Let's see. Buzzgull. Okay. All right. Okay. Alright, Leia gained a level. Oh, do we need to redistribute techniques? No, we're good. We're good, especially Leia. She's the most important one since she has Girez. Alright, we surprised the monsters. I'm surprised the variety of enemies isn't more so in here. It's mostly just those Robo-Man, Mech-Man. Ouch. Alright. Going for a nice little tree walk. Refresh the senses and get attacked by Mech-Man and Lash Skulls. Invigorates the physical senses, getting a good workout in, a little bit of combat exercising, getting a lot of good oxygen from the trees. So we're just gonna think of our stroll through Mystoke as a good exercise in cardio. I guess it doesn't matter for the cyborgs, so maybe not so much. Alright, Chris leveled up, right on. Let's see, I think it's the second to last. Yeah, this one right here. Yep. Ooh, a droid man. Whoa. Okay, 27 damage. That is by far the most single damage that any of those types of mobs are. All of those third generations, the Mech-Man, Robo-Man, and Droid Man, are they all third generation? I think so. Okay, where are we? We need to go, I don't think it matters, right? We can go either way. Left or right, we end up at the same place. Oh, good. Oh, yep, splatters, they, maintaining the status quo, casting Graw whenever they possibly can. Alright, there we go. Let's actually phaser bot. Yeah, that did nothing. Specifying targets. Alright, Diamate. You look just like your grandfather. Okay, and I think, yeah, we have to. There's some that are definitively no-brainers, but... Okay, now there is a Trimate down there that we will get. We're not going to go all the way around to get the antidote. That is totally unnecessary. Nice. Oh, they attacked without using Graw. How about that? How about that? I surprised the monsters. Think about these little Lash Ghouls. They're first generation monsters, and their physical damage attacks do nothing to us, right? But their 2 spells, they still can do like 15 damage to us. So they're still, they're not really a priority per se, but they're kind of a, I don't know, a secondary priority because they have the ability to cast that spell and still do moderate damage to the party. It's kind of silly, but it's there. Alright, so do we have to go? I think we have to go over to this one, right? Yeah. We have to go all the way over and down. If I remember, yeah. So we have to line those 2 up. And this should take us to, yep, the throne room. Ren found a Leia pendant. Use. A voice rings out for all of you to hear. Sister, it is time for you to know the truth. Though Arekio and I have fought for many years, we finally realize that we have been deceived. An evil force from times beyond legend is using us to satisfy its desire for pain and suffering. We are joining forces to fight this ancient evil. In case we never return, I leave you the pendant. You will hear this when you are ready. Goodbye. Yeah, a thousand years after, when, you know, it's basically time to fight Dark Force again. Now, I do want to mention one thing while it's on my mind before I forget. An argument against Phantasy Star 3 and why Phantasy Star 3 shouldn't have been made. Well, it's not shouldn't even be included in the Phantasy Star universe. You know, the Phantasy Star 3, they just made it up as they went. They didn't consider canon and all the things. Even if all of that being, possibly, probably, even if it's definitely true, I hesitate to share similar harsh judgment because even though if let's go back to the end of Phantasy Star 4, right, the end of the millennium, which would have been at the same time that the Aurikian Leia Wars took place, 1,000 years previously. Well, we know that what was I gonna do? I was gonna give Ren a Daimate, right? Was that my thought process was? Okay. So the Profound Darkness was defeated, and dare we say even destroyed. Whatever it was, Phantasy Star 4 wrapped up the series, basically making the Profound Darkness destroyed, banished, gone away for good, so that it could never threaten Algol again. I think. I'll when I chronicle the game, I will remember at that point. But either way, Profound Darkness is defeated 1,000 years ago, from which the manifestation of all dark forces comes. And so let's see. So we think about, well, if this dark force that we're battling here, so on the Elisa 3 and that snuck on board one of the ships that is the antagonist of Phantasy Star 3, did it come? We have to ask ourselves then, for this to fit in the lore, did it come from the Profound Darkness, like the other manifestations of Dark Force in Phantasy Star 4, or did it come from something else, right? So let's go back all the way to the beginning of to the events of Phantasy Star 1. Phantasy Star 1, Dark Force, or Dark Falls, is established as the, primary and ultimate antagonist of the game and of the series, as we see Dark Force once again in Phantasy Star 2. However, we have to consider where we found Dark Force. So aboard the Noah spaceship, among all these Earthmen. Well, the Earthmen originated from, planet Earth, of course, and we have to think about, well, did this Dark Force originate where they came from, or did it come from the Profound Darkness? The origin of Dark Force could be in question, because we know that as this Dark Force states of itself, it lives off of like the pain and the suffering of of all the people, and that's why Dark Force and of course its lackeys in the city of Lashute wanted the war to go on, is because Dark Force fed off of the pain and suffering of the war. That's what fueled it, and that's what essentially truly gave it life. So knowing that brings us to that question, well, is this manifestation of Dark Force, did it originate from the Profound Darkness? That is a valid question. If it did, then we could ask, well, what's to say that it couldn't evolve, it couldn't break itself off? I mean, it's this entity of darkness that is, beyond mortal comprehension, we could say. And yes, we're getting very far-fetched, but I mean, this is this is all just for fun. It's not we're not trying to set Phantasy Star canon by any means. Oh, that guy's Foy did a little bit more damage, but it all fits, right? You could make those questions fit without destroying any other Phantasy Star canon. That's the whole point of me bringing up these rhetorical questions. Is could it fit? Yes, yes or no. Maybe not. But there's no definitive. No, it can't absolutely fit. And so if this Dark Force was like an evolved break-off entity, if you will, that was causing this the time loop sensation that we were talking about earlier, then it would live in perpetuity. That's why at the end of Phantasy Star 3 it could explain why it just said, I'll see you in 1,000 years again, basically. No matter which generation you play, there's not a generation that truly and ultimately destroys Dark Force. It always disappears with, a quip, like, in Aaron, so how'd you like that blast, and just taunting you till the very end. And so, in that sense, the Profound Darkness and the Dark Force of Phantasy Star 3 can coexist as separate entities. I mean, and why not? We have Nay and Nay First, who split from Nay split from Nay First, and they were mortal bio monsters. If they had the ability to split entities, why couldn't an entity as powerful as the Profound Darkness do the same to ensure that, oh, well, maybe the Profound Darkness had this thought, this reasonable, logical thought that, what if I am defeated? I need some way to be able to perpetuate, to be able to feed off of, the hate, suffering, anger, malice, war, all that stuff. So why not create this, this split entity that would ensure its survival? It's definitely a viable explanation. Not that it's, like I said, not that it's canon, but it can, it fits. And so, let's see. Okay, there we go. And what else was I going to say about that? Was that it? as far as arguments against Phantasy Star and how Profound Darkness was defeated, and I think that's about it, really. It's just while I respect the lore that we could be considered as canon. Basically, I guess anything that's found in, I don't know, the compendium. But I mean, it's still it's still part of the Phantasy Star universe. It was still made. You can't just discredit the game because it doesn't fit in with 1, 2, and 4, or it seemingly doesn't fit in with 1, 2, and 4. I mean, if you really ask yourself the right questions, and then you just do a little bit of analysis, if you will, a little bit of mental analysis, you could determine that, oh, okay, yeah, that could fit. You might have to think outside the box, or it might seem a little fetched, but not much, really. It's not unfeasible that all these, that the theories that put everything together in one way or another are just totally outlandish and totally, ridiculous. Now, some of them are silly, and some of them are meant to be silly. I think they all say the same thing still. Yeah. But anyway, I think that's all that's on my mind about the, speaking to the arguments against, let's see, where do we need to go? Oh yeah, we need to go back to our Roan. All right. And that's per the lady, one of the ladies in town. So we have to go all the way back to... Ow! Let's see, we can just take the temple now to Elysium. We don't have to take any passageways, go any roundabout methods. We still have to walk in the overworld, but we are getting close to the point where we will not have to walk very far anymore. Alright. What level is everybody? 39, 46, 46, 9. Alright, very good. Interesting how Chris is already level 9. And it was at this point that, like, Aaron and Aiden were ready to go take on Dark Force. That's how much time you save by doing Niall's route, by Niall's generation, and then Aiden or not Aaron's generation. What do we got? Kill stats and Titan. All right. Walkity, 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 just strolling through the snow. Oh, I should have had Ren cast Sue since 23? Huh, okay. Yep. Are the Banshees second or third generation? I don't even know. I think they must be third generation because they're giving me decent experience. Oh, good. I love it when they cast Gear Res and just waste time. Come on. This will be the last time we have to take the long way around Frigidia, at least with Chris. We'll have to do all of this with Sean as well. What is this, the 4th episode with Chris? I think. Yeah, I think this is the 4th episode with Chris. Let's see. We need to go up past the airstrip, and then yeah. Oh, 4 kill sats. All right. Oh, how much Mysstoke do I have? Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I know I didn't get very much in the Castle of Mystoke, which is sad. I mean, we really hardly got anything in there, which getting a little bit of frame lag. What's going on? I should not be getting video lag. It's alright, it's only a little bit. It's just making everything slightly, just ever so slightly choppy. Alrighty, now we can just teleport on through. Yeah. Okay, now we can come up here and take the bridge. The bridge. For some reason in my brain I was thinking, oh, I can take this bridge. Yeah, no problem. Alrighty, and we are now at Arone. Alright, we'll go ahead and call the episode here since our next... Welcome to Arone, the last home of the pilots. East on this path leads to the moon, Dahlia. Are you a pilot, sir? Siren has made our world veer toward the sun. We'll all die unless we change our course soon. Well, you better get to it then, huh? So that's interesting, right? That it's Siren who changes the course. In this, like in Ain's generation, right? Where we know that in Niall's generation, that the explosion comes from, or the explosion that comes from the fight with the other ship, that's what causes it to veer off course. At least I think so, right? I should remember this because it really wasn't that long ago that I completed Aiden and Aaron. Alrighty, let's go ahead and stock up on Diemate, since we will probably be using a bit of it. Nope, not Monomate. Although, probably not a whole ton, because we're... I don't know, we're much better equipped than... Nope, not Trimate. We're much better equipped than both Aaron and Aiden. We're already level 9, and Ren and Mew, and... we've got Ren and Mew. Level 46. Leia's already level 39 with 25 Gires. 21 on Sood. Yeah, so I think we're fine as far as our survivability. So we may use a few Diemates, but not a lot. Okay, let's go ahead and save and then call the episode. Alrighty, so our next episode we will be heading to Dahlia to speak with Loon, since, according to our impressions, the Leyans are still at war with everybody, with us. So we have to ask Loon, hey, knock it off. Alrighty, so in our next episode, or until our next episode, so long for now.